Hello everyone. Welcome to Short Training Demos by PlanMyTrainings.com. PlanMyTrainings.com is a training portal created by Excelanta Services. Today, we are one of the top destinations for trainer search, events, workshops, and training location search. Together with Excelanta Services, we conduct IT and soft skill trainings for corporate as well as individuals. We also conduct online trainings for working professionals. To showcase our capabilities, we bring some short training demos here. This video has a short demo by one of our trainers on Big Data and Hadoop. So buckle up and watch. Here starts the training demo on Big Data and Hadoop.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. I would like to discuss about big data and Hadoop. What actually you mean by the term called big data and how closely the term called Hadoop which is relevant to the big data. Before we understand about big data, let me first give you a clear idea of data, how it is important in our life, what actually it leads to. Data is the base for information, knowledge, wisdom, and decision making. If you go through the data which is available, you should be appropriately getting the information out of it, and the information whatever you read from the available data will give you the knowledge. Depending upon the knowledge or the skill set which you have been acquired from the data, you're going to call it as a wisdom. When you have a clear wisdom on the data, you can make the appropriate decisions out of it. This is about the data. Now coming to the term called big data. What actually you mean by big data? Some data which is very huge in size. It means the data whatever we have which is a large amount of volume and wide variety of the data, and the processing of this large volume and wide variety of data, it is becoming a really challenge. So a big data is a term which is called as a problem definition or a problem statement where we are facing two challenges within it. The first challenge is in storing the large volume of data, and the second one is in processing the large volume of data. So these two are the challenges which are there in the big data, or I can say that these are problem statements which are creating a burden for understanding the big data. I mean to say that big data is creating a challenge for each and every organization in order to store as well as the process the data. Now, how can we give the solution for this particular problem? Here comes Hadoop. Hadoop is nothing but which is an open source solution which is being framed in order to give the solution for the challenges whatever the big data is facing in our day-to-day life. Hadoop is consisting of the two internal components. They are HDFS and MapReduce. With the help of HDFS, we can try to store large and wide variety of data on the commodity hardware, and followed by MapReduce is used for processing the large wide variety of data within a given fraction of seconds of time. This is about Hadoop. Now, let me just give you a clear idea how we are getting the data in the different formats. So here comes your data classification. Data which has been classified into three types. The first one is structured data, the second one is unstructured data, and the third one is semi-structured data. Earlier, we used to have the data in the form of structured data. So we used to store it in the relational databases, and we can easily do a query on the data and we can extract the information whatever we require. But nowadays, if you take data we are getting from the different sources, so it is not being restricted with a structured format. So we are getting data in the different formats like semi-structured data or unstructured data. Now, in order to query this kind of data, it is really a challenge for us. So how we can get a solution for this particular challenge? Here is a solution which we have given with the help of Big Data and Hadoop. This is how the data is being classified, and this is how you're giving a solution for this data with help of Big Data and Hadoop. And next comes the important characteristics of big data. There are three V's which are being given for big data. The first V is volume. How huge volume of data we are getting in our day-to-day life. How the data is coming in and what is the rate of processing the data. So data whichever we are getting in is a large amount of data we are getting in. And wide variety of the data. The second V is wide variety of the data which is being coming from the different sources. And the third V is velocity, which means the data coming in and the rate you're processing the given data. This is what about the three important characteristics of big data. Apart from this, we have still four more V's, that is veracity, variability, value, and visualization. Veracity is something that how accurately you're storing the data and how trustworthy is the data. Coming to variability, how the data is changing and how you're going to fetch the results out of it. Next comes the value. How important the data is, how it is influencing your decision making. Okay. These are the different V's which are corresponding with the big data. Now, I think that I have given a clear differentiation between what actually the term big data and Hadoop. Let me just say in a brief, a big data is a problem statement. Problem statement is nothing but how you are storing a huge amount of data and how we are going to store with a different wide variety of the data as well and how quickly you're processing it. So this is what our challenge or the problem statement. Now this particular problem statement is being clearly given as an open source solution from the Hadoop core, which consists of HDFS and MapReduce. Coming to the storage part, the challenges whatever we are facing in storage, that is high volume as well as wide variety of data, this can be easily rectified with the help of your HDFS. The abbreviation of HDFS is Hadoop Distributed File System. Whereas coming to the challenge in the processing, that is the velocity of your speed in challenging the data, is being specified with MapReduce. So these are the two problem statements, like challenge in storage, challenge in processing. The challenge in storage is being rectified with the help of HDFS, which is a part of Hadoop, and the challenge in processing, which is being given with the help of MapReduce, which is also a part of Hadoop. So Hadoop incorporates with these two open source solutions. One is HDFS and MapReduce. So I can say that Hadoop is the combination of HDFS and MapReduce, which is an open source solution for a big data problem. Now, let us discuss about the next, whatever the course contents which we are going to discuss. So these are the course contents which we are going to discuss throughout the training process. The first one is like big data and Hadoop introduction. Still more deeper we are going to discuss as we are entering into this course. The next one is HDFS, MapReduce, Yarn. So Yarn is nothing but it's yet another resource negotiator. Next we discuss about Spark, Apache Flume, HBase, Scoop, Hive, Pig, Hadoop streaming, Impala, and Kafka. So these are the different ecosystem components which we are going to discuss about in brief in the coming days. These Hadoop ecosystem components are being categorized in the different ways in the Hadoop ecosystem. Like, in order to ingest the data, we use Scoop, Flume, Kafka, and in order to storage, we use HDFS. In order to process or in order to perform some of the parallel processing frameworks, we use MapReduce. And we also use a resource manager, Yarn, for processing this parallel processing frameworks. And next comes the databases, which is relevant to the databases like Hive, HBase, we'll be using for some data processing. Next comes the stream processing. We also use Flume, Kafka. These are the stream processing, Hadoop streaming, which comes under the stream processing. And later on, we'll be discussing about the all Hadoop ecosystem components in detail. This is how your ecosystem components are being laid as a stack. On the base, we have a data storage, which is been corresponding with the HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, and HBase. Next comes the data processing, which also uses the massively parallel processing framework, which is being given with the help of MapReduce. And we have a data access on top of it, which has been given with Pig, Hive, Avro. Next comes to management. We have Zookeeper and Chukwa. And we have the different data connections with the data warehouses. And also we need to give some of the predictions even with the help of the data whatever we have. The top comes the machine learning algorithms. So this is about the big data ecosystem stack. Who uses Hadoop? So many multinational companies, they use Hadoop because the data, whatever they are going to get it to their machines, it is very huge. So in order to process that huge data within fraction of seconds, they use this Hadoop. In order to expand their business, most of these multinational companies are using Hadoop. This is how the most of the companies are trying to use the big data. Like earlier, they used to use mainframes, next client servers, next internet, the next comes mobile or the big data and cloud. If you can see the data, whatever it is getting for every 60 seconds, if you take Twitter, there are 98,000 plus tweets in every 60 seconds, so on. So we have the different data, whatever we are getting in every 60 seconds. Just you can go through this. You can imagine how the data is being ingesting into the machines. Now, there will be a challenge of the processing of this large, huge, wide variety of data. So your Hadoop is giving this open source solution for all these kind of problems. So this is how it has been emerged into the market. I mean to say that the rate of data getting in is really very high. This is a bottleneck for every organization to process this wide variety and huge data. In order to process this, there is an open source solution which has been given, and Apache Hadoop has been given an open source solution for all these kind of problems, and it consists of a reliable, scalable, and distributed computing environment. What actually the basic requirements of Hadoop? It should support the partial fair use and it should be scalable. The reason why we prefer Hadoop is we use a commodity hardware for storage. Even though any device it may fail, we can easily get the data back with the help of your replication factor where your data is being duplicated. So the fault tolerant can also be easily gained back with the help of low cost hardware. Even Hadoop supports this high throughput of access to the application data and it is very suitable for applying on the large data sets. So this is one of the best feature where your Hadoop is become a solution for all this kind of a problem. And this is in brief about the uses of Hadoop, like partial failures, it can easily accommodate it. Next comes the storage. Next comes, that is, it has a scalability feature where we can add new systems, where we can process the data, and these are the few basic capabilities where your Hadoop has been existing in the market. So this is about short demo. Later on, we will be discussing about more about the Hadoop ecosystem components. Thank you for now. Have a nice time. Bye.